So one of the great things about ice is you can actually create these graphs and ice trees using scripting. So I have a script I wrote here, and this is a script that applies the burn effect. And the way I wrote it was I actually manually set things up. So if I brought a primitive polygon mesh sphere into the scene, and then I created a point cloud, and then I applied a simulated ice tree, we can kind of see all the steps appearing here. Then we can get in the data. So here we would do a get data node. We want a emit node. So this would be emit from surface. And we're just bringing all these nodes in, connecting them up. We need our surface. And that's connected up, a basic emit node. So that's how you can create these effects. And this is what I'm doing here. I've gone through and set up my own ice tree just like that. So let's just show you, go through the script step by step and explain roughly what this does. It has comments to help you out. A comment always starts with a single quote in VB script. Of course, you could write this in other scripting languages if you prefer. So we got our get the current object, just a standard get value selection list, and that saves into a variable. And then we're just getting the first item from that, so it just works with a single object. We're creating a particle cloud, just get primitive point cloud, and we're saving this into this object here, point cloud. Next we are creating a simulated ice tree on the cloud. So this is called selector because it just was created, but we're making a set, and I said emit ice op. Again, we're just setting as a variable here, so we can refer back to this later on if we need to. Create simulated ice tree on the burn cloud that was referred to up here, and then we're adding our compound, this is our custom compound, the burn emit custom compound, to the ice tree we just created up here. And then we're connecting the port 1 of the ice tree to the burn emit execute. And again, you can see a lot of these things done here, and you can read those. And there's a bunch of string variables as well that goes into scripting. It's taking the name of this object here is created, instead of me typing full names that would work on different object names if necessary. Next, we're setting up the object as the emitter, so we're getting a get data node here. We are setting the value to the selected object. We selected up here, my selection, and connecting the burn emit emitter 1 to the object's value. And that would be just doing, let's move it outside of it, just what we did before. Just pick the particle. All that was doing is taking like a stick and connecting it to an emitter. That's what that would be doing. We're next setting some initial values. This is setting up the init tree, and here we're just bringing in, creating a ice tree on the object, standard ice tree. We are bringing in our compound and hooking the compound into it. Next is the simulated ice tree. We're taking in and making a simulated ice tree on the object. We're adding our burn sim compound and hooking the burn sim compound up. We now have to connect the two objects. We have to connect the cloud object. So we're getting get data. We're getting the burn cloud we referred to up here when we created it, and we're connecting a null. And I'm just assuming there's an object in the scene called null. That may not be the smartest thing to do. Maybe I should create the null in the script, but that's what it does. When all is done, if you want, you can take the script and put it on your own toolbar. I actually have gone to toolbars and under scripting. You can see I've actually applied burn. Do that by just selecting all and dragging and dropping on here. Or I can just, from the script editor, while you're working with these, just hit the run button. So let's create a new object. Maybe a torus. Make it a little bit bigger so it's more fun. Let's just move it out of the way a bit. Run the script. Hope there's no errors. I've tested it, so I believe it should work. Okay, so let's minimize this down. I'll close script editor down quickly, and let's see if it works. So I hit play. It's going to move. It's using the same null in the scene, so I just move this null out of the way. Hit play. Nothing happens. Move it up to there, and the object starts to burn. If I want to adjust some of these burn attributes, I go here. Maybe the rate's okay, spread's okay there, speed's okay here. Let me go to on the object, refresh that. I see my burn simulator tree. I actually want to bring the cutoff distance to 1 and the factor to 2, so it just spreads and burns out a little better. And let me just hit play again. Just move the null so it touches. And there's our burn going. Same thing, we take the object, rotate it, and of course if it's more rotated, it's going to catch fire faster. And that's really the effect. So that's now being created as a more portable effect. Of course, we have to have these compounds in our scene, or at least exported so it can refer to them. But as long as they're exported, you can easily get to these compounds, and you can see how you can share an effect very easily between multiple objects. We are going to go and tweak this burn particles more, because we want these to actually render and have color. We don't just want a series of yellow dots. So the next step we're going to go in is actually work on the color and rendering of these.